I love him. He's the best guy ever. He just came from Carolina with Johnny Hecker, and I consider Johnny the best punter to have ever done it in the NFL. He's got 7 of the top 50 net punting seasons of all time. So when Coach Foley has come from that to here, the standard is super high, and I love that. It pushes me every day to be better, and ultimately my goal is to be where Johnny is, and so I just love his knowledge and his wisdom that he brings from his time in the NFL.
What are some of those teaching points that he's given you?
Yeah, I'm really excited to work the directional punting game a lot more this year. That's something that's really important in the NFL to limit returns. Those returners are dynamic, obviously. Other things they talk about, the whole staff talks about, is being a pro, having a process, coming in each and every day, having a routine, and being committed. Because anyone can do great things, anyone can work hard for a short period of time, but the guys that last a long time in the NFL, they do it consistently day after day. And that's something I'm working on, and I know a lot of the guys on the team are working on. Is just having a process, coming in each and every day, and doing the same warm up. Building a nutrition program, building a strength program, finding good recovery methods that work for our bodies. All sorts of different things that a lot of guys in the pros do. We're trying to build that in our team, and that's something that I think Coach Foley really learned in his time in the NFL. Mm-hmm.
Why is that such a big deal to you, to show that to other guys?
Yeah, I like being a football player. I don't like being, kind of a glorified soccer player, as a lot of coaches I've had kind of refers to some, stigmas around kickers and punters. I did Taekwondo growing up. I never played soccer, so I've always kind of been involved in contact sports and stuff. But I love hitting the weight room hard, hitting winter conditioning hard. I think it's a good way for me to get respect from my teammates because I'm not out there on the practice field, hitting people as hard as they are day in and day out. So when I can show that I'm just as tough and I put in just as much effort as they do and through winter conditioning, I kind of see that as a time where I can also be a good leader and kind of earn their respect. So when we get to times during spring ball, they know that I'm here, committed to the team, committed to each other, because I showed that, during winter conditioning.
Right, this goes along with the being tough question, but can you just talk about your time last year? It seemed like you got nicked up a little bit, but you still went out there, you still hunted the ball. Just what was your thoughts on last year?
Yeah, it was really challenging. I've moved on from that, but I was kind of punting on one foot for a little bit there. I sprained my ankle 3 times, and it was just a balloon. But I was able to, fortunately, get out there and just work through that as much as I could. And I was able, to have some really awesome teammates that helped me as well last year. We had awesome coaches and everyone that put together a great scheme to help me out. But we were able to finish strong, and I'm just really excited, looking forward to this year. My body feels the best it's ever has. Coach Campbell's done a great job down there with us, and I'm just really looking forward to this year. But yeah, last year it brought a lot of challenges, but I learned a lot too, and so I'm really thankful for that.
Back to winter conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
What did you specifically accomplish that you want that you set out to accomplish?
Yeah, so my body, I lost 9 pounds of fat and gained 6 pounds of muscle, dropped 4% body fat. That's pretty much what I was hoping to accomplish in terms of explosiveness. I know that there's a lot of players who have much better numbers than that on our team. I just think that I was able to increase my range of motion on my kicks, improve core strength, improve ankle strength, obviously. That's something I've been working on. And so I feel really healthy. I feel super excited to attack the summer training and go into next fall. Just hopeful to help the team as much as I can, and I feel more able to do that now that I'm in better shape.
A lot of coaches are talking about focusing on the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that always relates to you guys too?
Yeah, very much, because punting and kicking is a very technical position, so the fundamentals are huge for us. But we have a process that we go through every day in our practice now. It's really structured, and that's one thing that I kind of talked about that already, but we go through technique, we go through warm-up, we go through working on our drops, we go through working on situations when the wind comes up. We have good conversations about how we're going to play the wind, aiming at different spots on the field, different types of punts we can work into our game. And so, yeah, there's just a bunch of different technical things that we're going to use to our advantage this year because we got a lot of good returners we're going to face in the Big Ten. And ultimately, my goal is to hopefully go to NFL. And so if I can work harder on that right now on the technical things and help my team out as best I can this year, I think that'll help out my ability in the long run to hopefully make a run. Yeah, I've been working a lot of band isometric holds and then a lot of band like exercises. I've been working with the guys in the training room. There's a lot of things as simple as like calf raises and stuff, and then there's a lot more like deep tissue massage stuff I can do. I got a stem machine at home that kind of pumps it a bunch. It's called Compex. It's great, and so there's a bunch of different things that I've been able to do, and I feel really good. I mean, it's 100% right now, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, those guys have really helped me out a lot.
A lot of this all new for you?
What's that?
Is a lot of this new for you, trying to do those exercises and stuff?
Yeah, I hadn't done a whole lot of that previous, but I kind of see the advantages of it obviously now with how good I'm feeling lower body wise. I've really kind of tried to hit every muscle area in my lower body this off season. I mean, I feel just a lot more explosive, and I've been seeing the results on the punting field so far too, which I've been super thankful to Coach Campbell and all the teammates that I have for supporting me in the weight room and stuff going through that.
As far as building muscle and losing fat, do you contribute that to different workouts, working harder, eating better? Like, how did that all come together?
Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things. Accountability in the weight room, everyone's really pushing each other. That's something that has been really good. Last year, I had knee surgery in the off season, so I missed a lot of that conditioning period in the summer. But yeah, this has been a great experience. Working really hard. The mat drills is a really hard physical time for our team, but it builds up brotherhood, and I loved it. I attacked it, and I know a lot of guys really did too. And so it's a combination of working really hard, but also being disciplined in your diet, because it doesn't really matter how hard you work if you're kind of putting candy and garbage in your system all the time. You're going to just break yourself down.
What do you think of the nutritionist?
Yeah, she's the best. We have the best nutrition staff. They've come in and there's food all over. I met with her and got a diet plan that I'm working on. It's just been something where there's a lot of open communication, and I just feel really accepted when I go in there and talk to her about my goals. And we can look at a lot of the numbers for NFL players in my position, what their body fat looks like, what I can do better, how my frame holds my weight. I've got a wider frame, so I can hold more weight than someone else my height. So there's a bunch of different statistics that go into it, but they've done a really good job personalizing and tailoring things to guys on the team, and you'll see that come fall. There's a lot of guys who've really, bulked up well.
I know you didn't just come here alone when you came to Nebraska. It was a big life decision. What has it been like for you guys?
Yeah, we love it. Kelly, my wife, is the best. She's the most awesome supporter I could ask for. She's getting her accounting degree here, and she's working for an accounting firm out of Montana right now. But we love it so much here. We've got some awesome friends. Gordon Teason, Coach Brown, some of these people in our lives that God's put in my life, we get to hang out with on the weekends. We're going up there for Easter. So we really feel like we have a family here, and we love it, everything about it here, and I want to be here as long as I can.
Brian, what went into the decision to change your number to 18 and what made you want to learn about pro parenting?
Yeah, just kind of going to Bible studies. Coach Brown had originally brought up his name last year, kind of told his story, and I looked into it a lot more, and the more I read about it, I was just super inspired. Brooks, one of the most incredible stories I've ever heard in my life. It's super tragic, but also the impact he had. You could tell just how powerful of a person he was on and off the field. And that's some person that I aspire to be like. I want to be able to have a good impact on the team and in the community by being faithful with what the Lord's given me and trying to be the best man day in and day out, kind of like he was. And so to wear 18 this year, I consider it a really big honor. I'm going to try to hold myself to a high standard character-wise, because I know that's what Brooke did, and he's just a really big inspiration for me.
We've heard so much about sort of accountability. That's been a word that's been used a lot. We see Coach Rule coaching everybody, including the coaches. And I'm just curious, like, you play for a lot of different people, like what that experience is when you see the head coach kind of holding the assistants accountable.
Yeah, well, it's very important because everyone needs to get checked in a sense. I think everyone needs to understand that there's a standard, and our standard is excellence, and you can't deviate from that, because once we let one person slip, someone else might see that and be like, I have an excuse now to slip. And so I really appreciate that. That's something that I've seen with one of my coaches in the past, and I know that the guys on the team really appreciate it too. It's something that isn't always easy, because it's kind of one of those things where you have to have the tough conversation with someone sometimes, but it's holding each other accountable. That's only going to make us better as a team. And if you take feelings out of it, it's not personal. It's just accountability, and it's for the team to help us get better.
Anything else?
Anyone else? Thank you.